Hello, and welcome to the Spargur Yarn Crafts podcast channel. My name is Will Spargur. I am your host. I am coming to you from Henderson, Nevada, where I live with my two dogs, Princess and Duchess, my roommate, Delilah, and her dog, Duke. And today is episode 55. This is the works in progress video. This is the Monday video. So if you are new to the channel, thank you for clicking and coming and joining us in this fun fiber place. And if you are new, you can find all the social links in the video description box below, as well as everything from my dyeing company, Spargur Yarn Co, which is all covered up by the stuff on my table. And also, we kind of have a video schedule. We do works in progress on Mondays, finished objects on Tuesdays, Wednesdays is shop updates, Thursday is just kind of up in the air stuff, and Friday is life updates. But for this week, I don't have any finished objects and I don't have any shop updates, so there's not going to be a Tuesday or Wednesday video. Thursday, there is going to be some sewing stuff, and Friday there will be life updates. Slight correction to that, there might be a Wednesday video because I did do a sewing vlog, so that may go live on Wednesday. If you want to know when that goes out, make sure that you hit the little notification bell so you know every time I upload a video, and then you'll know when that goes live. If you hear my dogs barking, it's because apparently they hear everything. Oh, they've been on one today. Okay, so today is the works in progress video. I want to show you what I've been working on this week. I only really have 3 things to show you, because that's kind of all of the work that I've really put in this week. I do have a couple other things that are off on the sidelines, but I haven't really touched them in a few weeks, so I'm not going to show those. But I will show you what I have been working on and what I got some good progress on. And the first thing I'm going to show you is the cowl that I've been designing for Anzula Luxury Fibers. And here we go. Here's how far this has gotten. So I am designing a fingering weight color work cowl. Now you'll notice this looks a lot like gibberish. So if you haven't been here before and you're wondering what all that's about. So, oops, hold on, something came loose. So, a while back, I designed a cowl for myself. It was my name, and I translated it into binary code, and then I turned the binary code into a colorwork chart. Binary code, if you're not familiar, it is a computing language. It is a 8-digit series of 1s and 0s that corresponds to a character. Like A would be 001, 0001, or was that 8? No, that was 7. Anyway, there'd be 8 numbers. So what I did is I took the brand name, Anzula Luxury Fibers, and I turned it into binary code. So that ends up being 4 rows of 40 stitches when you put all the binary code into a colorwork chart. So 4 at 40 is 160 characters, including the spaces. The spaces also have a binary code. So it's 160 characters, including the spaces. So I translated it into a 4-row repeat, and down here on the bottom, that is the 4-row repeat, and it repeats 5 times around the bottom section of this cowl. So we've got garter down here, we've got some corrugated stockinette, then we've got the colorwork pattern, some sections of just stockinette where we do some decreases, and now I have started this next colorwork section, which is this, but in reverse colors. So if this is the green on a gray background, this is going to be gray on a green background. And this time it does 4 repeats instead of 5. But it's 3 total repeats, so 12 rows of the colorwork pattern. And then I'll do the inverse of the corrugated stockinette, and then I will do the 4 more rows of garter and bind off, and then of course block, and then make sure that I've got the pattern all written out and ready to go. This is using their tweed base, so the tweed it's a little interesting to do color work with a tweed, but this is what they wanted, this is what they requested, and I'm really pleased with the result. And I'm actually really looking forward to knowing how this is going to look when it's blocked out. And the decreases are going to be kind of interesting because it's supposed to be wider at the bottom than it is at the top. So when you're wearing it, it's a little tighter up here. And this is designed with larger circumferences in mind, because I know that I do not have a small width, and I wanted anybody who wears, I want this to be able to fit as many people as possible so that you don't really have to alter the pattern. It's kind of the idea here. I have one mistake in it, and I didn't realize it until way lower. I dropped a stitch, and now normally I could figure out, hold on, it's got to unfocus on my face. Normally I would figure out how to drop down and pick that up, but because there's two colors going here, I don't know if that would work. So instead I'm just holding that with a stitch marker, and then what I'm probably gonna do is pull it to the back and just tie it in there. Just because I guess it doesn't need to be perfect, and I think I'll probably have enough yarn to be able to knit a second one of these if I need to. But that's just kind of a oversight on my part. I didn't even notice I dropped it until I was trying to stretch it out to view it, and then I noticed that it was falling. But the funny thing is that I didn't lose any stitches. I still had the same number of stitches, so I don't know if this would, I don't know where the stitch came from. I don't know how I dropped it or where it came from. There's no increases or decreases there. So I don't actually really know what happened or where that came from. So yeah, I gotta fix that though. This is being knit on US 4s, which is a 3.5 millimeter, and it's on a 16-inch circular. And this is, again, fingering weight yarn, and it's a tweed from Anzula Luxury Fibers. So that's the first work in progress for this week. Second work in progress is my Sacred Space Afghan. I've done one of these before. This is the second one. And I have finished the corners on this one. So now we've got the corners done, and we are working our way around the entire blanket. Again, this is where I am right now with my stitch marker, holding that in place. So I finished the It's a Wrap, which was this kind of gold up to the gray, and I ran out of yarn, so I am on my next yarn, which is Transitions Luxe Trendsetter yarns. And I don't know if you can see that, but there is sparkle in this as well. And so this will transition slowly also. Let's see if I can get this any closer to the camera. But there is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but there is sparkle in this yarn as it goes around. So this is the last yarn I have that kind of transitions like this. I only have maybe 7 more rows to go, so I think this will make it. Here's hoping, because if I run out of this, that's all I got. I might be able to pick up some more somewhere, or I can go pick up It's a Wrap if I need to. I really don't want to do that, because It's a Wrap is, as far as these transition yarns go, it's kind of expensive. It's $13 a ball, which is a lot for, it's not an incredible amount of yardage. It's 600, it's like 590 yards or something. It's anyway, so yeah, I really love the way that this has turned out. It is small. This is more of a, I just wanted to do it in a fingering weight to see if I liked it. I do like it. I wouldn't do it again, but I do like it. It's mostly cotton. It's a cotton acrylic blend for most of the yarns that are used in here. And I do like the little pop of color. I think next time, if I were to do it in some sort of transition, I would get the same colorway so that, because this just, there's a lot happening here. A lot to look at. The other thing is with these designs, they're meant to change color every row or every other row. You know, you're supposed to use 4 to 7 colors, however many the pattern is written for. And so you lose a lot of the really interesting bits of the pattern within just the kind of monochromatic look. And while I do like it and I am proud of the result, I honestly think that this would, if I were to do this again, I will do it with the correct color changes. So, this is being worked on a 3.5 millimeter hook. It is an Odyssey hook, which I think is in my room. Odyssey from Furls Crochet. Those are my favorite hooks. The Streamlines and the Odysseys. Those are my two favorite hooks. So that's what this is being worked on. This has been a labor of love, and I cannot wait to finish this because I have some other things that I really want to start. But I told myself I have to finish this or the next one that I'm about to show you. So let's get this done. Let's get it done. Actually, I think if I put some really good time in, I might be able to finish it this week. And then I'll have a finished object for next time. But until then, I have so many large projects that I need to be working on. Okay, last finished object for this week is another pattern by the same designer. The designer is Helen Trimpton. Her website is crystalsandcrochet.com. Sacred Space is a free pattern. It was a crochet along, so you can find it under the crochet alongs section of her website. Oh my goodness, the dogs are going nuts, and I don't know why. They must, maybe the neighbors are outside. Anyway, this is Lost Garden. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pattern. I'm doing cream cotton from Michaels. It is a cotton blend yarn. It's worsted weight. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook for this. And I'm currently going all the way around. Here are the beautiful, beautiful corners. Wow, they are loud. Could you give me just a moment? So sorry. Okay. So, I just finished row 70. And this is 94 rows. So, I have 24 more rows to go. I have plenty of yarn. I'm ready to tackle this. I'm really excited to be getting close to the end of this. This is big. This is probably would fit across a full right now. So I expect that this will drape across a queen. Absolutely no problem. This is what these patterns are supposed to kind of look like, where you're changing the color as instructed and making all of these beautiful shapes and just these colors and designs. They're absolutely gorgeous. The textures really pop. This is what this was meant for. Very, very beautiful pattern. Very thrilled with the outcome of this. I think I will definitely do this pattern again. Like I said, this is on a 5.5 millimeter hook. I think what I'm gonna do... Sorry, I've got yarn popping through somewhere. So this is actually a little bit on pause. I did finish the row that I'm on, the one I just finished. I just finished that this morning, actually. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on pause, and instead of working more rows, I'm going to take the time to go back and weave in all of the ends on the backside, because there are a lot of them. And I think as I continue on these larger rows, I'm going to make sure that I weave in all of my ends at the end of each row so that I don't end up with... Where's that spot? There's a spot where it's just like row after row after row. Yeah, here. Just row after row after row of ends. And I should have just been weaving these in as I went, and I didn't. So I'm going to take the time here this week. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to weave these in so that I don't have to worry about it as I continue on. Because on my first Sacred Space, I finished, and I'd been weaving in the end after the end of it, because that one came in parts. So at the end of part 1, I wove in all the ends for part 1. At the end of part 2, wove in all the ends for part 2. And I did that up until part 7 and 8. And I just stopped weaving in the ends. I even blocked it, put it through the washer and everything. And then I didn't weave in the ends on that until 3 days ago. Yeah, 3 days. I finished that months ago, and I just wove in all the ends 3 days ago. And the only reason I did that is because I'm trying to sell it, because I love it. I can't use it. It's way too big for everything in my house. So I am trying to sell that blanket. This might also end up for sale. I don't know yet. I might keep this one. I'm kind of proud of this one. So yeah, I'm gonna weave in all the ends and try to get that taken care of before I make any further progress, because I know if I get to the end of this, I am not going to weave in the ends. I know it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And I'd be afraid that if I sent it off to someone else to weave in all the ends, I'd never get it back. So I'm gonna suffer through it and do it. Okay. All right. So that is all my works in progress. I do not have anything else to show you for this week in terms of works in progress or finished objects. So no Tuesday video this week. Wednesday might be the sewing vlog. I don't know yet. I mean, it's technically uploaded. I just have to decide when I want to release it. So it may go up Wednesday, it might not. Turn on that little bell if you want to know. And then Thursday, I've got some sewing stuff I'm going to show you, and then Friday, of course, some life updates. I don't have much to update you on. My goodness, what are words? And but I do have a couple things that I'm going to talk about. So if you're not a personal life type of thing, you can skip Friday's video. But until I see you again, have a wonderful day, and I will see you again very soon here on the Spargur Yarn Crafts channel. Thanks.